The fall of the Aztecs is a significant event in history that marks the conquest, catastrophe, and cultural extinction of one of the most advanced civilizations of pre-Columbian Mesoamerica. It was a pivotal moment that changed the course of history and shaped the future of the Americas. The Aztec Empire, also known as the Mexican Empire, emerged in the 14th century and rapidly expanded its influence throughout central Mexico. By the early 16th century, the empire stretched from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific Ocean, encompassing millions of people and a highly organized society. However, the arrival of Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés in 1519 marked the beginning of the end for the Aztec civilization. Cortés and his small army were initially viewed as visitors, but their intentions soon became clear. Motivated by a thirst for wealth and power, Cortés aimed to conquer the Aztecs and claim their lands for the Spanish crown. Cortés and his men formed alliances with local indigenous groups who resented Aztec rule, exploiting internal divisions and grievances within the empire. Through strategic maneuvering, they managed to secure support and gather a large native army to aid them in their conquest. Meanwhile, the Aztecs, led by their ruler Moctezuma II, faced a challenging dilemma as they struggled to comprehend the true intentions of the Spanish invaders. In 1520, a series of events known as the Sad Night or Noche Triste sealed the fate of the Aztecs. Following an Aztec revolt against the Spanish, a battle erupted, leading to the death of many Spanish soldiers. However, the Aztecs were eventually overwhelmed, and Cortés and his men were forced to retreat from the capital city of Tenochtitlan. The Aztecs celebrated what they believed to be a victory, but their joy was short-lived. Cortés returned to Tenochtitlan in 1521 with a larger army and laid siege to the city. The Aztecs, weakened by internal strife and ravaged by diseases introduced by the Spanish, including smallpox, faced immense challenges. The siege resulted in a devastating loss of life, both through warfare and disease. After several months of relentless fighting, the once magnificent city of Tenochtitlan fell to the Spanish forces. The Aztec Empire crumbled, and the era of Spanish colonial rule began in Mesoamerica. The conquerors systematically dismantled the Aztec civilization, suppressing native traditions, religion, and culture. Many of the Aztec temples, palaces, and monuments were destroyed or repurposed to reflect Spanish influence. The fall of the Aztecs represents not only a military conquest but also a profound cultural and societal transformation. The indigenous people of Mesoamerica experienced widespread devastation and marginalization under Spanish rule, leading to the decline and loss of many native languages, customs, and ways of life. However, it is important to acknowledge that the Aztec civilization continues to have a lasting impact on the cultural heritage of Mexico and the world. The remnants of their art, architecture, and mythology endure, serving as a reminder of their rich and complex legacy. The fall of the Aztecs serves as a cautionary tale of the destructive consequences of colonization and the vulnerability of even the most advanced civilizations in the face of overwhelming odds. It also highlights the importance of understanding and preserving diverse cultures to ensure a more inclusive and tolerant world. In the aftermath of the fall of the Aztecs, Spanish rule brought significant changes to the region. The conquerors implemented a system of colonial governance, establishing New Spain as a viceroyalty with Mexico City as its capital. Spanish influence permeated all aspects of life, including politics, religion, economy, and social structure. The Catholic Church played a crucial role in the transformation of Aztec society. Spanish missionaries sought to convert the native population to Christianity, often integrating indigenous beliefs and practices into the newly introduced faith. This syncretism resulted in a blending of Catholicism with indigenous spirituality, giving rise to unique religious traditions that still exist today. The Spanish also introduced a new economic order, centered around the extraction of valuable resources such as silver and gold. Aztec lands were seized, and encomienda and later hacienda systems were established, which exploited native labor for the benefit of Spanish landowners. This exploitative economic model perpetuated social inequalities and hindered the development of local industries and trade. Despite the significant changes brought by Spanish colonization, elements of Aztec culture persisted. The resilience of the indigenous population allowed for the preservation of certain customs, languages, and artistic expressions. The Aztec codices, pictorial manuscripts documenting their history and mythology, managed to survive destruction and provide valuable insights into their civilization. In recent decades, there has been a reevaluation and reconnection with indigenous heritage and identity in Mexico. Efforts have been made to promote the recognition and celebration of indigenous cultures, including the Aztec legacy. Cultural events, festivals, and educational programs aim to revive and safeguard indigenous languages, arts, and traditions. Scholars and archaeologists continue to explore the ruins of Tenochtitlan and other Aztec cities, unearthing new discoveries and shedding light on the complex history of the Aztecs. These findings contribute to a deeper understanding of the Aztec civilization and its significance in the broader context of Mesoamerican history. The fall of the Aztecs stands as a poignant reminder of the devastating consequences of colonialism and serves as a call for cultural preservation and appreciation. It prompts us to reflect on the importance of recognizing and respecting the diverse cultural heritage of our world, valuing indigenous knowledge, and fostering inclusive societies that embrace the richness of different traditions and histories. By acknowledging the fall of the Aztecs and the subsequent cultural extinction that occurred, we honor the memory of a once thriving civilization while recognizing the ongoing struggles faced by indigenous peoples worldwide. It is a testament to the resilience and enduring spirit of the Aztec people that their legacy lives on, providing inspiration and insight into the complex tapestry of human history. Moreover, the fall of the Aztecs had far-reaching consequences beyond the immediate region. The conquest of the Aztec Empire opened the doors for further Spanish exploration and colonization in the Americas. The vast wealth and resources discovered in Mesoamerica fueled Spain's imperial ambitions and motivated subsequent expeditions to other parts of the continent. The fall of the Aztecs also marked a turning point in the global balance of power. The influx of precious metals, particularly silver, from the newly conquered territories greatly enriched the Spanish Empire. The wealth obtained from the Americas helped fund Spain's military and political endeavors, establishing it as a dominant force in Europe for centuries to come. The conquest of the Aztecs also paved the way for the introduction of European diseases to the Americas, which had devastating consequences for indigenous populations. The lack of immunity among Native Americans led to widespread epidemics that decimated communities across the continent. This demographic catastrophe resulted in the loss of countless lives and the reshaping of indigenous societies in ways that are still felt today. Furthermore, the fall of the Aztecs spurred interest in exploration and colonization among other European powers. The Spanish success in conquering a powerful empire and amassing great wealth inspired rival nations, such as England, France, and Portugal, to embark on their own expeditions to the New World. This competition for territories and resources ultimately shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Americas. The legacy of the Aztecs, while diminished in its direct influence, continues to resonate in the cultural fabric of Mexico and beyond. The artistic, architectural, and agricultural contributions of the Aztecs, such as the iconic pyramids and intricate mural paintings, have left an indelible mark on the cultural heritage of the region. Aztec mythology and symbols have found their way into contemporary art, literature, and popular culture, serving as a source of inspiration and fascination. The fall of the Aztecs is a sobering reminder of the complex and interconnected nature of history. It highlights the interplay between civilizations, the impact of colonization, and the enduring legacies that emerge from the clash of cultures. By studying and understanding this pivotal event, we gain insight into the dynamics of power, resilience, and the fragility of human societies. As we reflect on the fall of the Aztecs, it is crucial to approach history with sensitivity and a commitment to inclusivity. Recognizing the voices and perspectives of indigenous peoples allows for a more nuanced understanding of the events that unfolded and fosters a greater appreciation for the diverse tapestry of human experiences throughout time. The fall of the Aztecs stands as a significant chapter in human history, encompassing conquest, catastrophe, and cultural extinction. It serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact that colonization can have on indigenous civilizations, while also emphasizing the resilience and enduring legacy of the Aztec people. By exploring this pivotal moment, we can learn valuable lessons about the complexities of our shared past and work towards a more inclusive and equitable future.